Welcome back to another episode. Nah, see, that's just how so bad. You know what? Fuck, I'm gonna keep it rolling. I'm keep it rolling. Welcome back. This is another episode of the Educated and the Reckless podcast with your host Apollo P and
No Better Nina.
Okay, that's what we're doing now. We have the little back and forth.
Apollo forgot how to do the intro.
Yeah, so that's my bad. That's why she's laughing. It's for people who are listening. Today is a Monday. I go off to Jamaica tomorrow, which is Tuesday, which we usually record our stuff. So you know, we're being a little proactive. We don't miss a beat on this podcast. Just trying to
rub it in that he's leaving to Jamaica on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm going to be like I was telling you off the mic. I don't feel that excited about going. My mom feels a little bit more excited than I am. I haven't packed yet. I'm probably gonna pack some trash.
Yeah, but I feel like for guys, it's so easy to pack. You just gotta throw in a couple swim trunks and some shorts and you're done. To
be honest, I can't swim. A lot of people need to know. I
can't swim either.
And I don't think about putting on swimming trunks.
Yeah, but you're not going to want to go on the beach in your shorts.
But I don't want to go to the beach, period.
You're going to go to the beach.
I don't want... Are you hearing me? I said I don't want to.
Yes, but you're going to end up at the beach.
Exactly. And then I'm going to be like, I don't know why I'm here.
Oh, my God. So what are you going to do? Stay in the room on the resort the whole time?
I don't mind doing that.
Oh my God.
I don't mind doing it. I don't mind being poolside.
What a waste of a vacation. Tell your mom to take me instead.
Oh, stop it.
Aren't you going for like her friend's wedding or something?
It's not her friend. It's her co-worker's children. Because I say children because when you get married, you become one, right?
Okay.
So her children.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so
that's probably why she's more excited than you are.
This is going to be like my second and a half wedding I've been to in the last.
Second and a half.
Yeah, I missed the wedding and I went to the reception for the other one.
I've been to so many weddings I couldn't even count. I've lost track.
See, that's the beauty of being a girl. You guys get to go to a lot of weddings and things like that. Not me.
No, I think it's just because I have a really big family.
I've never seen any of my family get married.
So like, I've seen so many people get married. My cousin's getting married next week in Mexico.
And you're not going?
I can't afford it.
Okay.
$2,000. My mom's going, but I'm not going. But we're having like a you know how like Indian weddings are like a week long. So one of those events.
Why is that
happening.
though? Like,
because like it's like a bunch of different like I guess you could say like blessing ceremonies that happen. So
hold on, is that a religious thing or a cultural thing?
Religious.
What religion?
Yeah, Sikh.
Okay.
Yeah. So on Friday we're doing one of them here. So like everyone who's gonna be here will be able to go, which will be nice. And then they leave for Mexico on Tuesday morning. So
they only get married once, or they get married 7 times?
No.
I want to know.
You get married once. Okay, because it's like throughout the week. It's realistically your wedding, like there's the pre-wedding ceremony on a Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
And that's just you and your side of the family. Mm-hmm. And then the Saturday, like let's say the Saturday morning, you decide to do the morning ceremony at the temple, which is like what you would consider a church ceremony. And then at night is the reception. Some people like to spread it out and do the reception on the Sunday instead. So they have like that whole day to kind of relax. But yeah, I think that's it. Like some people like, so it's like 3 days, I guess. But then you also have actually the day before the like, I guess, blessing ceremony. Like, like for the girls, like you're going to get henna done with like the bride and stuff if you're on the bride's side.
Hold on, what's up with the henna? Is that like a necessity? You guys have to do henna?
I personally don't like it. I just
look like brown dookie on your arm. And I say that respectfully too. Because I remember.
No, I personally am not a fan of it. I don't like getting it done like really excessively like that. But I think it's just a part of the tradition, like the culture. I think because I know other people who aren't the same religion who still do like who are Indian but not the same religion and who still do that. So I think that's more of a cultural thing. But I don't think I'm gonna do that at my wedding.
Man, you girls with henna on your hands better stay away from my penis. That shit look weird as fuck. That shit look weird as fuck. Especially when it's like 2 days old. That shit look like it's stained.
No, not 2 days. After like it starts to fade after like 2 weeks. Yeah. Like it stays for a long time.
Just keep away from my penis with that bullshit henna, man.
God.
And I say that respectfully too. It's like
He says that respect. How the fuck do you say that respectfully?
I remember the first time a girl, she was black. We went to Wasega after prom. She got henna done on her arm. That shit look weird as fuck. And I'm like, yo, look like Dookie, man.
It's like a red tattoo, but like a brown red tattoo.
You know what? All the people who do henna, man, respect to you guys for having the balls to do some shit like that. But I can't. Obviously I can't. But I still don't want you around me. Well, hold on. Before we get into the podcast, I always gotta ask, how's your week been?
Good.
Or your week since the last time we recorded. How's that? Those 7 days, or actually 6 days now.
They were good. I think I don't really remember them. They were good. Oh no, I have to write a stupid exam to hand in for. I have my diploma. Okay, get this.
Okay, yeah, okay. You know what? Hold on. Let me introduce this one.
No, because Apollo's gonna belittle my education.
Stop it.
Nah, listen.
No. Stop it. This is good content right here. This is good content. All right, so I hit Nina up like a few days ago. I think it was over the weekend, either Saturday or Friday. I think it was Saturday. It was Saturday. I asked her about, stuff about the podcast. Yes. And she said she'll check it, but she got to finish writing her exam. And then at the back of my mind, I'm like, hold on. I knew I was right. I knew I was right. Listen, you didn't graduate.
Apollo's been telling me since I walked across the stage, you didn't graduate. Let me just clarify. Mm-hmm. I got fucked over because York wanted to go on a 5-month strike. Okay?
Oh, it was 5 months now?
Yes, it was 5 months.
All right.
So I got fucked over from that. I got to walk across the stage. The fucking president came on stage and was like, oh yeah, I know you guys also have work to hand in, blah, blah, blah. Because our classes that were only a semester long never got finished. We did like a month's worth of work in them, and that was it. So one of my classes, thankfully I finished that essay 2 weeks after the strike started. So I just had to hand it in. It was done. And then this one, the option was either write an essay with 9 academic sources. And I was like, fuck that. Or do a take-home exam. So I chose the take-home exam, and he handed it out last week. It's due on...
Yo, hold up. Yo, some of you academic institutions be wilding. 9 academic sources.
That's what I'm saying. Plus the textbook. So technically he wanted 10.
The fuck you doing?
And so I was writing this take home exam. Honestly,
for a bachelor's degree?
They can't fail us, yo. Like they can't. It's their fault at the end of the day. Like they fucked me over. Okay? Like, who the fuck is writing an exam in the middle of August? Like, I'm just trying to, hand in this shit and go. I'm copying everything off the lecture notes.
You see how Nina worded it, right? She hasn't graduated. You know why? Even in the text, I'm like, hold on. She tried to break it down as like, I graduated, but I still got to do this. Like I was an idiot.
I don't have my transcript.
Like I was an idiot. Like she said it like, oh, like I was an idiot. Oh, I got to do this.
No, because you stay belittling my fucking education.
Hold on. Let me keep on talking. Let me find the text. Because what Nina was trying to say was like,
anyways, so what I'm trying to tell you is my diploma is in my room. My full name is on it. It's even in one of my YouTube videos. Go check it out, okay? Right. My diploma is with me. It's stamped. It's official. It's signed. It's my transcript that's not done. So if I want to go to grad school, I can't because I don't have a complete transcript yet. I will after I hand in this exam on Thursday. Okay?
I said, I knew you never graduated. I did, but we still have to get our grades for our transcript for classes that didn't finish. And I was like, isn't that a contradictory answer? You graduated, but you don't have grades to prove you passed. That's what I said.
Apollo is the only one who commented on my graduation picture on Instagram saying, but did you really graduate? Everyone else is just, congrats, like, great job, so proud of you. Even people who go to York with me, Apollo over here had to shit disturb and say, but did you actually graduate?
Those are the people who are fake. Those are the people you don't want in your corner, Nina.
No, they're not.
Those are the people you don't want in your corner, Nina. I help you out. I'm not the one of those girls like, congrats. No, I know you haven't put in that work. I'm a graduate. I'm a graduate. I put in all that work. I did all.
When I hand in this last exam, I expect big congratulations on this podcast from you.
Yeah, when you pass.
No, when I hand in the exam, because I'm gonna pass.
I gotta see pass.
Oh my god,
once you pass, I'll give you all your praises.
I've never failed a class all 5 years of university.
It did
ever.
There's a first time for everything.
No, there's not. Not when I'm fucking done.
Okay.
Hell no.
Okay. All right. So before we get into podcast one more time, we're about doing like 10 minutes. Our intros are like 10 minutes long. Man.
Yeah, but I feel like it's fun. Do you guys think they're fun? Like, I feel like they get to know us a little bit more.
I mean, I guess that's what the whole point of it.
If you guys don't like our intros, just fucking tell us.
Nah, we gonna still do the intros. We're not stopping doing the intros because we just don't like them.
Nah, but tell us. I want feedback on the intros.
We're just not going to stop doing the intros. All right, so remember how I told you last week I was going to Niagara Falls on the Saturday.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was a good trip. It was a good trip. I did a lot of things that a lot of people don't usually do. So I went to the Floral Clock, which is trash. Don't ever go to the Floral Clock. I went to Queenston Heights. I think that was a pretty cool part. I went to some other places.
Why was the Floral Clock trash?
I'm going to be honest.
Was it ugly?
It was a drive-by.
Oh.
I looked at it. I was looking for the Floral Clock. I found it, and then there was no parking. And then I drive across and I'm seeing everyone in front of floor clock. I'm thinking there's like 3 or 4 floor clocks. There's just one.
Yeah.
And I'm driving past. I'm like, yo, that's it? Fuck that. And I just kept it pushing.
Wait, this is on the American side, right?
No, this is on the Canadian side.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't go to the American side. The American side, I'm going to do that one day.
Okay.
Because it looks cool. Just be on that side.
Okay.
And then I went to Botanical Gardens. You know what? I did a lot of shit that was kind of, you know what? In hindsight, it was cute. Yeah. Well, I'm never doing that shit again unless I got kids with me. I'm not doing that shit again. It wasn't whack.
Okay, but did she enjoy it? Like, did she like it?
She liked it.
Apollo was on a date, by the way, guys.
I think she's mad at me, to be honest.
Why?
With you. I have no clue, and I don't want to ask.
Maybe she didn't like it.
I don't know. She's just been on some like fugazi shit at the moment.
So why don't you ask her? Like, call her and ask her.
I don't got time for that.
Yo, what's good?
I don't got time for that.
Why? You don't like to like clarify situations. I'm the kind of person who, if we fight, I'm calling you 3 hours and we're gonna figure this shit out. It was no fight.
I don't know where it's stemming from. So it's like me asking. The thing is, this is what I'm doing. I'm old now, right?
Okay.
So I want.
Paolo's 35, by the way.
I'm 35. I wonder. Hold on. I'm 35.
He's 26.
I'm 35. 35 is my industry age.
Yeah.
So I'm old now, so I don't like to ask. I'm not saying I don't like to ask, but I'm not gonna go out my way to ask you. So for you just to say nothing.
Okay, but then at least that way you can say you tried.
No. I don't feel no type of way, so I'm still talking to you. I'm gonna still tell you about my day. That's what I've been doing. I was like, hey man, I had a great day today, and if she hits me with like, okay, that's great.
Well, if it doesn't bother you, then whatever.
Right,
like,
I don't really bother me.
I mean, if she brings it up, then at some point, then you can be like, oh, why didn't you tell me sooner, or something.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if that's how you girls like to operate, then it's like
no, cool. I don't operate that. I'm gonna tell you if something pisses me off right away. I like to confront the situation and not aggressively. Like I like to confront and be like, yo, this is kind of bothering me. Can you not do this?
Okay.
Or if we fight, I'm gonna call you in 3 hours and be like, hey, let's figure this out because this was annoying.
Nina, what do you think about people who posted like baby cousins, nephews, little baby sisters, and have no captions to let you know?
It makes me so nervous.
And have no caption to let you know that this is not their child.
Nervous. You know, actually, there's this one guy recently who, like, I thought was really hot, whatever, and I was on his Instagram page, and he had this picture with this kid, and like I was like, oh, whatever, like it's probably his nephew or something, like fingers crossed, let's just hope that's the case. Mm-hmm. And then like a couple weeks later he posted something in his story for Father's Day, and it was from the kid, and I was like, fuck, like that's actually your kid. Like it's it's so like, because you never know if it, with no captions especially, you never know. This was the same case. This guy had no captions and it ends up being his kid.
Yeah, see, I don't like you guys like that. I don't like you guys who post your little baby sisters, brothers, or little baby cousins or nephews and have no type of caption to let you know that's not your biological child. You look weird as fuck for likes.
And I'm not trying to be no one's stepmom, so please.
And if that is your kid, man, take more pride in posting pictures. Like say that this is your little seed, your namesake or something. Don't be like trying to be alluding to it like you're being cool and shit. You look weird and you're a bad father on social media or mother on social media. You like weird as fuck. All right, so let's get into the podcast.
Yes.
So 2 weeks ago was Caribana.
Yeah. Was it 2 weeks ago?
Was it 2 weeks ago?
Last 1 week from this weekend. So a week, and by the time this comes out, a week and a half.
A week and a half. Let's say a week and a half since Caribana.
Yep.
Shiggy comes to the Toronto.
Yes, he did.
He's out here DMing crazy because apparently, so Americans have the ideas like you come over here, Toronto girls just give up the pussy extra crazy. And I don't know if that is like the underlining truth. I don't know if that is because I live over here and girls are not giving up pussy crazy like that. But I guess he comes over here, he starts DMing chicks. And one chick went to Twitter and she was like, Shiggy's in my DMs. Asking me where I'm at.
I don't know if she was even actually from here because she said while I was in Toronto for Caribana.
She could be from like Richmond Hill. She one of them type.
All right, and nobody's gonna say I'm from Vaughan. I didn't say while I was in Toronto for Caribana. So she said while she was in Toronto for Caribana, Shiggy DM'd her asking her to come to his hotel. Would she be wrong if she didn't give it to the Shade Room? Obviously, she gave it to the Shade Room. And
her name's Deshaya. Deshaya on Twitter. On Twitter. Boneless Amber Rose. Oh. I don't know what that means.
Maybe that means she's skinny. Boneless.
Because
you know Amber Rose is like extra thick. I don't know. But anyways, so she, like, the Shade Room obviously posted it, and then Shiggy came out Well, can I just say also, Shiggy's girlfriend is like way hotter than him. Like Shiggy is not a cute guy. Like he's funny.
But go ahead, shit on him.
But he's not a cute guy and he's short, so you don't even have that kind of like your girl is so much hotter than you. Just look at what you have and accept that like you're fucking up at this point. So
man, stop it. If I got a hot chick, you don't think I could get another one?
No, but like
no, stop
obviously
it.
She likes it. No, because listen, I have actually like really this is embarrassing.
Go ahead.
I've actually really had feelings for like a dude who was like, I knew I was way better looking than him. Like way better. And like everyone even said to me, they were like, why are you even with him? But the personality is at the end of the day what's gonna get me. Obviously that's what got this girl at the same time. You think he's DMing these girls and trying to like they're trying to figure out his personality so they could be with him? No, he just wants to fuck. That's it. It's plain and simple. They're gonna be like, no, what the fuck? I'm sure there's some girls who will because of I guess who he quote unquote is. Not that like he's just a social media star, comedian, whatever. But like he's not anything special. And so he's going out of his way to DM these girls and then he posts an apology video on his Instagram basically after it got posted on Shade Room. Posts this apology video basically saying, you know, like he's sorry for cheating. And mind you, like nothing officially came out to say that he did end up meeting up with any girls and having sex with them or making out or whatever.
Because those ones are the ones that keep their mouths tight or closed. I mean, zip tight. So nothing actually came out about that, but he like apologized to her for cheating and saying like, you know, I know this is something that we struggled with in terms of trust for a while, and you know, he was just saying his like sorries and whatnot. But like my thing is like, do you think because of like who he is, like he let this clout like get to his head? Most definitely. But like, so do you think like, because you know how he's saying like, oh, it was fought about before, like I know we had trust issues and stuff before, do you think he actually did it before, or do you think it's like just a now thing that's starting now because of who he is? Hey man, I see you only get caught once, so I think this is the first time.
Yeah,
I think this is the first time. You only get caught once, and this is public, so I think this is the first time. I don't know. I can't just assume that he's been doing this.
But because he says, like, I know it's something we've fought about before and we've had problems with trust.
It. Girls be not trusting their guys for whatever reason. Oh, you be popping on social media. Girls be commenting on your shit. You want to be popping in their DMs. I don't trust you. Shut up. Like, girls be not trusting their guys for whatever reason they find. The man has over 1 million followers. Girl probably stopped trusting him at like 500K. Like,
yeah, but like, okay, because I mean, I don't know if he did it before, but I obviously at this point, yeah, the clout got to his fucking head because he's over here DMing girls way out of his league. Like,
hold on, I think he's out of that girl's league. To be honest with you,
that's what I'm saying.
No,
you think he's hotter? Like, he's better looking?
Stop it. It's about when men don't go on their looks, men go on status.
Yeah.
Shiggy is in a different status.
No, but I'm talking about looks wise.
I'm not going to judge this man on his looks because men don't operate like that.
Okay, but I'm judging. Listen, I've had a scenario where somebody of status has DM'd me.
Yeah.
And
at status at the time or status later on?
Both. You know who it is.
Yeah, I know. He's a weird rapper.
And he's really ugly, and I curved every single time. Like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like,
I want to say his lyrics so bad, but I'm like, nah, I can't say a lyric.
Anyways, so like, I curved every single time because to me, I don't give a fuck about your status. If you're not cute, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Like, this guy was ugly. I know somebody else actually who in my neighborhood who did end up hooking up with him, and she obviously was after the status. But for me personally,
you know, you can't be after the status. For a lot of you girls that want to smash celebrities and shit like that, if they make you sign an NDA, and if you only smash them and never talking about it,
exactly. Where are you going?
What status are you trying to get?
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. See, another reason why I was thinking, and I was like, decline.
Yeah,
curve,
like
please.
Yeah, he dicks you down, but you signed an NDA, so you can't speak about it.
Exactly. So basically, I just think like I don't know. I wonder if he's done it before, but I think that now because of this clout getting to his head, like he's just extra. Like,
hold on, let's break down this whole thing. All right, so Shiggy, he's taking a page out of Kevin Hart's book. You know how last year Kevin Hart, I apologize. I wasn't right. I was like, when I seen it, I was like, what the fuck is Kevin talking about?
Yeah.
And then that video came out after. But I like what Shiggy did.
Yeah.
He came out, he was in front of the story, quick as fuck. He was like, you know what, I apologize. I don't wanna embarrass my girl like that, whatever. I feel like if more men do this, it's gonna be a little bit better.
I agree, because a lot of people were laughing and stuff, like on Twitter and Instagram and stuff, like why the fuck did you apologize if there's no proof of him actually like cheating in the act?
You got to get in front of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like why laugh at it? He's letting her know before she finds out in a worse way. You know, like he probably spoke to her before he posted that video and then posted the video, and maybe something will come out now. Who knows? Maybe it won't. I feel like it kind of stops anything from coming out because it's like, hey, he already
changed the narrative.
Yeah, like why the fuck am I going to post a video of me getting dick down? Yeah. If he already if he already apologized.
Yo, girls need to chill out with that too. All you girls that are out there showing, I seen like there's another video of this girl, the Instagram thought.
Yes.
Selena Powell.
With Akon.
And you're like,
bro,
I think this, you know what? There's a point in time where this has to be staged now, because the same girl can't be catching like 18 rappers lacking. Not
even that. I would be shitting myself if I was in bed with a celebrity trying to Snapchat it. Like, fuck, he's gonna wake up at any fucking second, see that I'm Snapchatting it, and break my fucking phone. Yeah. Like, I would not have the balls to do that.
And why are you celebrities not making these shit you piping down, sign NDAs, and then you're making them sleep over? What the fuck is up with you? Like, Akon is way too old. He's been in this game way too long. He got way too many wives to be acting like this. Akon like got 18 wives, right?
Does he actually?
I actually don't know. I think he has like more than one.
I don't know. I just I've heard of him lately because he's been doing a lot of stuff for his
for Africa.
Yeah, for his home country.
Shout out to Akon for help putting lights in.
Yeah, but not shout out to him for fucking with the Black Widow.
Yo, that girl needs to be stopped. I don't know how she keeps going.
She does need. But
the moral of the story here with Shiggy and Instagram hoes is
don't let the clout get to your head.
Or if you do, you got to move more appropriate. Make these girls sign NDAs.
Look, obviously this girl, maybe she did fuck him. I don't know. But from what we see, this girl obviously thought the exact same way I did. He ain't cute. I ain't fucking.
You know what? The sad thing would be, imagine you expose someone, you end up smashing them ultimately. And then it's like, yo, you such a dirty chick, yo. It's like, you going to talk trash about me, you still going to let me pipe? And then you just going to try to ruin my relationship? What was the point of that? You just trying to... All right, so moving forward, Tekashi 6ix9ine is looking like he's going to get 1 to 3 years behind bars for his sexual misconduct charge case that he got in 2015. You
sound pretty upset.
I am pretty upset. Aww. I seen the story, and it's only really being derived from the fact that
Tekashi stan.
I'm not Tekashi stan. I'm not.
Debatable.
It's only coming from the fact that he got arrested twice for the misdemeanor that he had in Texas and for shooting his music video for, I think, Billy, and then him and the cop saying that he broke his arm by squeezing her or some bullshit like that. Okay. And I think also because of social media, because he's, I guess, attracting violence towards him. Because you remember how he's spinning the chains, he's like, come do something to me, test my gangster. I'm on my Test My Gangster World Tour. Well, he never said that, but he went on the Test My Gangster World Tour. He went to LA, Chicago, went to San Antonio. Where else he went? Did some shit in Milwaukee. You know, he was inciting a lot of violence towards him. Yeah. And from the DA, they're looking at this and going like, you know what? This guy doesn't seem like he's what's that word? Redemption or I guess
redeeming himself.
Rehabilitating himself.
Redeeming. You're looking for redeeming.
It's rehabilitation, no?
Redeeming.
Is it redeeming?
Yes.
I don't think we're both wrong. Okay. I don't think we're both wrong.
Redeeming sounds better. All
right, he was redeeming himself because of his act, because he was redeeming his act from what he had done in 2015, which was having a sexual performance with a minor in some like music video type of shit. And they put him on a suspended sentence, and he's supposed to get off of it 2017, but he didn't pass his GED type of shit. So there's a lot of stuff you could put the onus on him, and a lot of other shit is like entertainment that is being used against him to put him behind bars. And I'm looking at this, you can't put this man behind bars for 1 to 3 years because it's baseless in what. If you ask me, it's baseless. This man is providing for his family. He's actually changed a lot from when he was 2015. Okay. He's a successful artist.
Yeah.
Hey, man, go ahead. Talk your shit, you know.
I am just saying, okay, something that actually got my attention. So under the terms of his deal in 2015 because he was on a conditional release, right?
Yeah.
And his sentence was deferred for 2 years.
Yeah.
But under the terms of that deal, it says that he was supposed to stay out of trouble, complete community service, write an apology letter to the victim. But one thing that stood out to me was to get mental health treatment. Is that like a normal thing that they do? Because I don't know like how that stuff works, but is that a normal thing that they do in these cases? Or is this like directed specifically towards him?
For sexual abuser?
Yeah, like, no, like, is that something? So, do they make sexual abusers get mental health treatment, or is this because of
you
like?
Want, you want to know something?
Because of him.
You want to know something? So, there's a psychological book that all psychological has, or like it's deemed as industry something. And I remember watching this YouTube video like 4-5 years ago, and it was by Umar Johnson. I know a lot of people don't like Umar Johnson.
I don't even know who that is.
Don't worry about it because we probably won't talk about it ever again. But he was talking about how back in the day, how am I saying it?
Homophobia?
No, homosexuality was deemed as a mental illness.
Okay.
And before then, after mental illness, it was a crime, then mental illness, and now it's widely respected as just something normal. And that's how they're looking at pedophilia. Pedophilia, you get to go to jail for it, and then it's slowly transitioning to a mental illness that a lot of people are saying that we're born this way. If you're thinking, if you haven't read any headlines around the internet that long, there's a pedophilia group saying that pedophilia is a mental illness.
That's really fucked up.
Yeah. And so eventually they say once it starts to transition from jail time to mental illnesses, it starts to be rationalized as, this is a way that people are born and type of way. So eventually we're going to see, I might be out there, I really don't want to see this, but eventually we might see pedophilia as normalized as the same way homosexuality is, where people are like, homosexuality is whatever. I have nothing against homosexuals. But
but in my opinion, that's two completely different things.
I know.
You're talking about I know you're against it too, but like you're talking about people who are harming other innocent people who can't defend for themselves, which are kids, versus people who like the same sex as them. Obviously, like they're not harming that person.
No. I don't try to do like I'm saying. What I'm trying to string together is the fact that it went from you used to be a prison for being homosexual. Now it was turned to a mental illness, which it would give you shock therapy to convert you back to. And then now it's just widely accepted as just being normal. I'm just saying the same thing is happening.
Seems like it's happening.
And so why I say that, and I say that to say this. In the case of Tekashi 6ix9ine, where he was charged with sexual misconduct with a minor, which is a lot of activities that pedophiles usually do. I'm just saying maybe they looked at it, both things like this is just a mental illness thing. Let's just see if he could redeem himself through like mental therapy type of thing. That's why I only brought that there. That's the only reason I have that there.
Yeah, because I was just wondering like why that happened, but I guess that could be a possible explanation. I wonder do you think did he get mental health treatment? Do you know?
See, the thing is, I don't know. If you ask me, he doesn't look like someone who's suffering.
Look at the guy's fucking hair and his face tats. Please.
I mean, outside looking in, if you ask me,
see that guy walking across the street at any given moment, you're gonna tell me you're not gonna look at him like something's wrong.
If you ask me, I look at 6ix9ine as a normal functioning human being in society. If you ask me, I think he's normally functional.
Okay. Sure.
I think he's normally functional. But yeah,
the hair color got to his fucking brain.
I mean, it would be sad to see him go, but a lot of the stuff that he does put on social media hey man, it is what it is. And if he does go for 1 to 3 years, then it's a shame because
it's not a shame.
It's a shame. Because it's a man that was trapped in the system.
He's not trapped in no
system. And in additional, YG said fuck 6ix9ine during the show. And he also went to Instagram to say, little nasty ass motherfucker, now go to jail and get your dick sucked, pedophile ass child molester.
Yep, I agree with YG.
Right.
But why? Okay, because didn't they had beef from a while ago, right?
See, the thing is, I don't even know where the beef with YG and him stem from.
I was
so
reading
weird.
something. You know what? It doesn't even help because I completely forgot what it said. But it started a while ago when I think it was around when Gummo came out. There was something that started from there. It was Gummo or Billy. I don't know, one of them. Something came from there. But I think recently Tekashi did something like dissing the Bloods or something, and that's why him and YG.
How do you diss Bloods if you're a Blood?
I don't know.
Tekashi's a Blood.
I didn't know that.
It's hard to. It's like me saying like I'm dissing all my Bloods and I'm a Blood too. It's like I'm repping the same flag you repping. I just don't like everyone else. It doesn't make any sense. You be repping no Treyway.
I'm gonna find it right now because I did find it.
But the thing is, when I look back and I was talking to some of my LA homies, and I'm like, where does it stem from? Because Tekashi never widely disrespected LA. He disrespected the LA rappers who were trying to get clout from him. And YG and the game were not in his vocabulary when he was getting at them. Okay. It was mostly about OG Spanky Loco, Slim 400, and another guy named Jabaloke. Those are the three people from LA that were trying to get at Tekashi during a little bit before the All-Star weekend. So I'm like, where does YG fit into this? And Slim 400 is his artist, but like I'm saying, where does this fit in? And then I'm like,
okay,
fuck.
So I found something this is from March of this year, so actually not even that long ago.
YG said, fuck Tekashi 6ix9ine, motherfucker. Okay, this sounds weird as fuck.
No, but this is Tekashi in an interview with I don't even know, it doesn't say. So this is 50's Punch, PVNCH. I'm gonna assume that's called Punch. So whatever, he talked about like his success of his February mixtape, Day 69, and then he was asked about newly ignited issues with YG. So it started even before this.
March, no. YG said F you from
it comes after the Compton rapper took aim at 6ix9ine in an Instagram post uploaded last week. So yeah, it was probably that. But then Tekashi responded saying, when was the last time YG had a record?
That's true.
And then the interviewer responded saying Sue Whoop, and then Tekashi said, that's a record. Let me check if it's on Billboard. Hold on, it's not there, right? If it's not there, then let me ask this again. When was the last time YG put out a record, meaning a record that sells? So I guess like it just kind of randomly started. I don't know.
This shit weird because a lot of this shit don't make sense. But he also came on and invited YG to his genitalias and stuff like that. That shit, I'm not saying shit weird, but like it's weird because I'm saying YG said he's not an internet dude, and then he goes on the internet and then continues to do the same shit. Rappers is funny, man.
I don't know.
But I look at remember 2 weeks ago I had 2 artists come in into the show. Because I do a show with Ada O. It's called the A-Team here at
Fridays 6 to 8.
6 to 8 on
Vibe 105.5 FM plugged.
There we go. And I was like, if you look at YG as a funny dude, you gotta look at Tekashi 6ix9ine in the same type of lane. Because both of them guys be funny with the way they dress and the way they look. If you look at YG, I'm like, this guy do look kind of funny.
Apollo, can I just remind you that you did try to copy his style at one point in time? Can we just...
What are you talking about? I never put on church shoes. and shorts.
Bandana?
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. To this day, I've never seen anything wrong with that. I've seen.
Go check. I swear you have a picture on your Instagram.
I do have a picture on
Instagram.
I do have a picture on my Instagram of me with
of him trying to steal his swag from YG.
I never, I looked at it, was like, hold on, if I can't do it, why is YG getting a pass from me? And then people are criticizing YG because he looks funny. Yeah, he has the church suit with the fucking shorts and doing all this flamboyant shit.
Celebrities always try to pull off this random shit and it looks fucking stupid on them, but like.
Just because they got some fans.
People run with it.
All right, I'm just saying.
I'm glad you get that now.
I've been getting it.
But have you?
Yeah. I don't let's move on, man. Let's move on. You listen to Nicki Minaj's Queen?
I did.
I haven't listened to it.
Okay, you know what? Let me just say this about the album. Obviously Nicki has kind of transcended into top 40.
Hold on, what does that mean?
Like she's from when she first started with her mixtape, she was more rap, whatever. Now, like she's slowly become more like top 40 dance. Like you hear a lot more of her songs on the radio. Mm-hmm. And so this album was definitely more dance top 40. There's a good like 4 to 5 tracks on there that I like. I think it's 17 songs long. Mm-hmm. The 4 to 5 that I like are not dance or top 40.
The rap?
Yeah. So she has a few good songs on there, but obviously the one that sparked up everyone's attention was Barbie Dreams.
You think that was a cringy? I heard a snippet of it. I'm like, yo, this kind of cringy.
So I heard the whole thing, and I didn't know she took shots at literally everybody, from Karrueche to 6ix9ine to YG to Yo Gotti to DJ Khaled to like literally everybody. And she took shots at Drake as well. That was like a big one that everyone was like freaking out about.
Drake never posted her album.
Isn't that how the whole Meek Mill thing started too?
But Drake never posted her album. I'm just saying.
She did not. If I do remember correctly, because I listened to the song like 3 times to kind of take it in. She didn't diss Lil Wayne. She brought up his name, but she didn't diss him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think the song, like, it was very like, it was like because she kept saying, like, she did say in the song that it was all fun and games. But like, obviously at that point when you're going after everyone, I kind of feel like she did it to stay relevant, to create a buzz around this album, because not very many people were checking ever since Cardi has come out. Not very many people have been checking for Nicki.
You know what? We got to stop comparing Nicki and Cardi. You got to be honest. Like, the longevity of an artist, it goes like the marketing. If you guys are aware of like the marketing or the lifespan of like a product. Mm-hmm. Artists are products. So you have the early adopters, the people who catch you at the underground. Mm-hmm. Then you have the late adopters. I forget the whole curve. But like, you get to a point where you hit maturity, right? And that's where Nicki Minaj is. She's been there for a while, and there's a decline. That's where she's heading. Yeah, she's heading on the decline. Not to say that she's trash. Mm-hmm. Not to say that she's bad. It's just because it goes like that.
But can I just say, like, you see how I'm saying that Nicki kind of transcended into dance and top 40 to kind of reach out to these other audiences and get more radio singles and stuff like that.
I'm not mad at her.
I'm not mad at it, but she strayed away from how she started out. I will say that I don't believe Cardi will get to that point where she feels like she needs to do something like that to stay relevant.
Not yet.
But I don't think I don't think she will at all, because look at who she is as a person. She hasn't compromised her personality at all from way back when she first started becoming this, I guess, quote unquote, social media star or whatever.
It is different, though.
Like, she hasn't compromised her personality at all. I don't see her compromising her music talent to get more of those hits and stuff. And I think that's what's going to keep her around a lot longer. She went
the Spanish route.
Yeah, but she's talked about how she's wanted to do Spanish music so she could make her dad's side of her family proud. And it's still like kind of like she has Spanish rappers on it. It's not like top. I'm not talking like Nicki Minaj has bare songs with Ariana Grande that are obviously getting radio play and stuff. Like,
but that's the name of the game. Is to get radio play.
Yeah, I know, I get it, and I did say in our other podcast, like, diversity is cool, but like, diversity is cool if you're like, with Nicki, it's like you can tell she's doing it just to stay relevant.
Oh, you know what? I really don't know what direction you're going in right now. To stay relevant? I mean, Nicki's on top. I don't think so. Nicki's. I know a lot of people who were fans of her early on. I was a big fan of her early on. I'm a less of a fan of her now. I mean, I've never really listened to Nicki's music. I've only really listened to her features. I've never downloaded a Nicki album. I'm gonna be honest with you with that.
Yeah.
But I don't see Nicki say the word relevant. I don't really know if you could really say that she's trying to stay relevant. I think Nicki is a big artist in herself. Mm-hmm. She's very well known. If people look to her all the time when it comes to female dominance, and I think at the end of the day, people are going to say like Nicki was a legendary rapper.
I don't see that happening.
Is it because she's a woman?
No, but also the fact that...
Hold on, how you not see that happen if she...
No, because listen, a lot of people are already... A lot of the older generation, not super old, but like maybe a good, let's say 9 years older than me. So I'm 22, so 32 or 33. A lot of those people don't like Nicki off the jump because she took Lil Kim's whole shebang and made it her own, and has never credited Lil Kim. I never listened to Lil Kim, so I never made it her own. I'm just saying what I have heard from people that age.
You know, that sounds like some hate. It's like you found inspiration from something, you didn't copy it, but you made it your own. That sounds like someone who took bits and pieces of whatever.
Like she didn't like she took the whole thing. It's not even that she like really made it her own. It's kind of
if you really ask me, Nicki Minaj is like a mix of Trina and Kim and some other shit. Because Trina, like, Nicki Minaj looks at herself as a Barbie. Trina was, like, the baddest bitch. You kind of say that thing. And then Lil Kim was the aggressive, sexy bitch. And you know what I mean? But Nicki's not talking about sucking on dick.
I don't know.
Not being afraid of the dick.
So, well, this Barbie Dreams, I don't know. I think it was an attempt to stay relevant. She obviously...
Was it cringy,
like,
though? Was it cringy?
Yeah. No, I don't know if it was cringy. Like, it was kind of sick at first because I really thought it was real. I was like, whoa, she came at everybody. Like, she was talking about, oh, Karrueche, like, tell her, like, something along the lines of, like, tell her stop crying because she heard I was trying to give the pussy to Quavo or something. And, like... saying she caught Young Thug in her dressing room trying on dresses and he can't pronounce his S's and stuff like that. Young Thug actually responded.
I'm good love.
Yeah, and he was like, he's like, I'm not good love, but enjoy. So like obviously, you know, people caught feelings over this because they're thinking like, yo, I thought you really fucked with me, and then all of a sudden, it's like if I was to drop a diss track about you, Apollo, like you would be like, what the fuck? I thought we were friends.
Nah,
like,
I mean, if it's for content, you know,
if it is, and
it's
she
for
did
content.
say that. She did say that it was for like afterwards. She was like, yo, it's just a joke. Like it's all a game, whatever. But like some of the stuff she said was like whatever she said to DJ Khaled was pretty like it didn't seem like that was a joke. And he was over here promoting her album. People were quoting his tweets on Twitter saying, yo, did you listen to Barbie Dreams?
I have to listen to the song. I heard like snippets here and there. I heard her get at little Uzi. I heard her get at
she said something about telling him to go to hell, but she didn't mean it literally. I'm like cool. I'm like, that's not really offensive.
No, but I'm like I'm hearing the snippets. I'm like, yo, this kind of cringy, man. This kind of cringy.
But like, why?
Cause the thing, I like when Biggie did it. When Biggie did it, it just sounded like fluid. It was like just a guy spitting his barbershop talk. You know what I mean? I wouldn't never fuck them escape bitches. I fucked RuPaul before I ever fucked them escape bitches. I'm like, it sounds like, yo, that shit come from the heart. And then apparently ended up apologizing to them before he died. But that shit sounded like it came from the heart. She's going like, I just did it, but it's fun.
Yeah, I could see that.
Nah, this shit come from the heart. Like, I like when Biggie did because it was like authentic.
I get it.
This one is like, I'm on my Kendrick Lamar control shit.
Yeah.
You know? That's what Kendrick Lamar did when he dropped Control. It's like, I'm trying to kill all you niggas. And then it's like, you know, other people got emotional over that.
Yeah. Can we talk about this ASAP Bari thing? Like, even if it's quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's talk about it.
Okay, you break it down.
So, was it like 2 years ago or a year ago?
I think a year.
A year ago?
Let me double check. It was, incident happened, blah, blah, blah. I
feel like it was 2016.
Maybe. It actually doesn't even say the year in here.
I feel like it was 2016 when that happened.
Okay. Anyways, continue.
So let's just say 2016 to be on the bright side of it. Well, not the bright side.
I'm gonna keep searching to find out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2016. So 2016, ASAP Bari.
No, it was 2017.
2017. It was last year.
July 9th, 2017.
Oh wow, was that? You know, it doesn't even feel like a year.
Yeah.
I thought it felt like 2 years. So much shit happened.
I didn't even know this happened. Until this.
Yeah. So last year, ASAP Bari, which is no member of the ASAP mob, he has a clothing line called V-Lone. Let me just put that out there. But so there's a video that came out that surfaced around the summertime of him kind of demanding sex from a female that was inside the hotel. He was being recorded. He was like, yo, you had sex with my assistant. Now you got to give me some pussy type shit. And then she was like, no. And then he pulled out the covers. I don't know why I said it like that. He pulled off the covers. And she was like, no. And she ran into the bathroom. He kind of just chased after her. And it looked rapey.
Really rapey.
It looked really rapey.
I didn't see the video, but just reading that, like, that's fucked up. You think that you're, like, she owes you sex because she fucked somebody that you work with. That's your assistant who's not at your level. Yeah. So you automatically assume, like, well, she owes me a fuck, too, because she hooked up with my assistant. Like, that's fucked up.
What he's saying after that whole thing came out was that him and the girl were friends. It's a fucked up relationship. You friends with that, and they just do you like that. And he didn't know that he was being recorded. So someone was recording without their consent and permission and stuff like that, and captured that whole thing. Maybe they're passing around each other, and the shit just went on the internet, and then it just looks bad. Maybe it's out of context. But regardless of if it's out of context or not, that specific like incident That doesn't look well. And then the woman that he claims to be her friend, she ended up suing him for like $1 million. And eventually the lawsuit was dropped. I don't know why they said like charged, but it was a lawsuit.
So he also addressed it, and he said this is something that like, okay, he said a misleading video clip featuring adult content and activity has been released to the public without my knowledge or consent. This guy's, first of all, let me break down that first sentence. Without my knowledge or consent. What the fuck does this guy know about consent if he's over here trying to fucking rape her because she fucked his assistant? So that's point number one. I mean, okay, we're going to keep going. Comments about myself or anyone being detained or arrested are false. We have resolved this issue amicably among all parties as adults. We were friends before this and will remain friends afterwards. Being raised by strong women who taught me to respect everyone, I'm disappointed in the situation as well as myself and will reflect on the situation appropriately. Point number 2, I do not think, like, I really and honestly truly wish any time that guys do like grimy situations like this, like, they really don't think about like their daughters, if they have any, their sisters, their mothers, their aunts. They don't think about these people when they're doing these things. And I feel like if they did, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's situations that like happen, and it's like if you thought about someone doing this to your sister, how the fuck would you feel? You know, like, you wouldn't be very happy. And it's like he's over here saying this, but like obviously his actions contradict it. And I think like a lot of men do not think about that. Like, yo, what if somebody did this to my sister, and yet you're out here doing it to this, that, and the other girl because you think it's okay?
That's the go-to PR line.
Like, it's so that I was raised by my
single mother and my sister
so much. Like,
that's the go-to line. I have mothers and sisters that I respect, and that's why I was...
No, like, there's nothing more in this world that annoys me more than that. Like, I
know guys who have moms and sisters and cousins, and they still dog out women every day.
That's what I'm saying. It's fucked. Out of here. But it's shit, because it's like, yo, like, I because you treated me like that, you did something like that to me. Yeah. I hope somebody does this to your sister one day, and you realize, like, you really fucked someone up. Like, okay, can I just say, like, this quick story short, you already know this story about the hip hop thing that I was supposed to do with somebody. So this guy asked me to do this hip hop show with him, whatever. I was like, cool, like, it seems like a dope opportunity. We met up over the span of a month. Like, we had a few meetings, like in public places, obviously, and kind of just broke down ideas and whatnot. And, you know, I gave him a lot of my ideas and stuff like that. But like every time it would come to like him driving me home, like he would always like try something. And so I'd have to.
Would he touch your thigh?
Yeah. One time it got pretty aggressive. Like, he put me in a headlock to try and like kiss me, and I was like, yo, stop.
He put you in a headlock to kiss you?
Yeah. And I was this is like, I was like fighting. I was like, stop, like, that's not okay. Because I told him from the jump, from the first meeting, he was talking about, oh, like I want to make you my girl and blah blah blah. And I was like, yo, I literally told him straight up, like, I did not beat around no bush, nothing. I said to him, like, I'm not interested, like, this is like strictly like I want to focus on the show, like, this is just business. He's like, well, like, you never know what will happen later on. I'm like, okay, well, that's later on, so right now we're gonna focus on this. Whatever, made it very clear to him. And so we have these meetings over the span of a month, and like he's trying all this grimy shit. And then the very last time we met was when he did the headlock thing, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? So he's telling me, like, you know, because apparently his sister is in on this show and she's supposed to do it as well. So he's telling me, oh, we're supposed to have this big meeting with like everyone in the next week. I was like, okay. And I'm like, okay, like, I'll feel a little more comfortable because it's not just going to be me. There's going to be his sister there and whoever else is involved. And then all of a sudden, like, after this headlock thing happens and like I decline his, I guess, advances, he decides to boot me off the show because I wouldn't hook up with him.
Disrespectful.
And like because I texted him a week later, I was like, are we still having this meeting? No response. Like, he unfollowed me off Instagram. I actually found out that he really did boot me off because I wasn't having sex with him, because his friend texted my best friend saying, tell your girl to stop playing with her box, whatever, and all this stuff. And I was like, what? Like, where did I even make it at some point, like, it, like, this was a possibility, you know? And just in the back of my head, I was like, you know, you're over here talking about your sister, who my friend actually happens to know because we all live in the same area. Like, if somebody did this to your sister, how fucking pissed off would you be? Yet you're out here doing it to everyone. Who knows at this point, like, if there was even actually a show? You know what I mean?
Get in their chest, Nina.
Like, it's really fucked up, like, for that to happen. And I'm just like, yo, like, you have a sister who's my age. Like, let's not forget that. So if somebody does this to her, like, that's your karma at the end of the fucking day. I'm sorry that would have to happen to her, but like, that's your karma at the end of the day. And I really don't think that guys think about that at all when it comes to like these kind of scenarios and stuff. And I feel like if they did, this world would be a teeny tiny bit of a better place, and these things wouldn't happen as often.
I don't even want the pussy if you just giving it to me because you feel like I just got to.
Saying,
I don't
like,
even want the pussy. I don't even like when girls talk. Like, hold on, let me just say this real quick. I don't like when girls say, "Yeah, I'm not even into sex" and stuff like that, and then they try to give me the pussy. Like, yo, what the fuck? I want the sex.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so.
Sex.
It's just.
Yeah. I don't want the pussy. I don't want the pussy. You just giving it because you just feel obligated. Nah, man, you want to give it to me.
And like, that's what this whole thing of him saying, oh, I was raised by a great woman and blah, blah, blah. Well, were you fucking thinking about those women while this was happening? No. Maybe if you did, you wouldn't have fucking done it. And like, that really just took me back to that situation that happened. And I was like, it's the same fucking thing. Yeah. Like, it's just, it's messed up.
Men of power trying to abuse their power. Exactly. And get women.
He kicked me off whatever show, if there even was one. But
maybe there wasn't.
I don't think there was.
Bum ass.
Yeah.
You know, all right. So let's get into a little bit lighter news. Or, you know what? Let's just stay on the same topic, actually. I don't want to laugh, actually. This is serious. Every time we get into serious stuff, I got to stay quiet. Because, you know, I don't want people to
get the wrong message.
Get the wrong message, right? So, Casanova.
Oh, my God. It's like every time we get into these, it becomes awkward. An apologist laughs. You want me to break it down?
Yeah, break it down.
Okay, I can't be Casanova is I believe, Brooklyn rapper.
Punch you in your face, motherfucker, I knock your teeth out.
So I don't listen to him. Apollo clearly does. So there's been a warrant issued by NYPD. Apollo can't.
I'm not laughing.
Okay,
I'm being serious over here.
There's been a warrant issued by NYPD because he attacked a woman in a diner.
Yep.
This was on this week or the Friday that passed. No, I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
Basically, she was on Instagram Live in the diner, and Casanova and his entourage were in there. She was on Instagram Live, and then she was like, the waitress came with her food, and so she was showing her Instagram Live her food. But Casanova thought that she was showing her Instagram Live him, and so he was like, yo, like, delete that video of me. And she's like, oh no, like, you're not in the frame, like, it's just my food, whatever. This guy flips his shit with his entourage, and one of the guys put her in a headlock, and Casanova took her phone, deleted the video, and like, they were really aggressive with it to the point where I'm pretty sure she broke her jaw. She's still on Instagram Live afterwards with all the blood coming off of her face and stuff. She broke her jaw, she lost a tooth, and something with her hand happened too. They did say what?
The Casanova does have a song. It's called Set Trip, and he does say, punch you in your face, motherfucker, I knock your teeth out.
Okay, not the time.
He does say that.
Anyways,
he does say that.
So then she was dragged out of the booth that she was in by another entourage member, and then that's when the Casanova took her phone, deleted the post, and she said that like, obviously she's traumatized by this at this point. Casanova's claiming that I swear he said it wasn't even him or something. Like,
he's saying, you know my body. You saying I'm built for this. You think I'm go back to jail because of some chick or something?
And I'm not buying it. I think he did it, and like, because he even he posted like 2 hours before the diner, and it was a picture with him and 6ix9ine, and she said he was wearing the exact same clothes in there. Like, and I just think, like, why are you getting so aggressive over, even if she did accidentally catch you in an Instagram Live video? Let's be realistic about the day and age that we're in right now. I probably ended up on so many people's Snapchat stories without even fucking knowing it. Like, you can't, especially being somewhat of a celebrity, you can't react like that. And why was it so bad that if he did even get in the frame a little bit, like, what was he doing, or why, like, who's he hiding from that it's so bad that he is in the frame a little bit?
My thing is, why are you on Instagram? This is 4 a.m. Why are you on Instagram Live 4 a.m? And why are you showing off your food? Why are you showing off your food?
Maybe she was drunk. I used to pregame on Instagram Live
at 4 o'clock in the morning.
No, at 11 o'clock at night.
She was on live at 4 o'clock in the morning in the diner. What? Showing off her food. I know her Instagram Live was dry as fuck. I know.
So maybe she was drunk and she thought it would be fun to like see what this whole Instagram Live thing was about.
I know she's one of them type chicks who go on live with no people in there and then save it up for people to watch it over time.
Well, this is something that people are gonna watch for sure. Let's be real about that.
I'm drunk in a diner at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm showing off my food.
I don't know. I think it's like that's traumatizing.
But yeah, if this is true, right? This is sad.
Yeah.
That Casanova was a part of this. I
Like,
mean, punched her twice in the face.
That's
Allegedly.
fucked up.
I mean, I'm not even saying allegedly. I'm not even saying it. She's accusing him of being attacked by him and his entourage, losing their tooth, broken jaw. I look at this girl. It's like, you know, she looks like she's a fine young lady.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems it's really that's scary that could happen. Like, could you imagine how many people would get the shit beat out of them if like they were pissed off that somebody caught them on their Snapchat or their Instagram live or something? Like seriously, look at the day and age we're in. Like, come on.
I wonder if if this is actually true. I wonder if he's like, what are you doing, ma? What are you doing?
Well, apparently she said that's what he said. He
Oh.
said, what are you doing, shorty? And then like she took it and she was like, what the fuck? Like, you're not in the frame. And then it turned to like,
do you think that if she just gave up the phone, go, like, you know what, bet I will.
but why? Like, I wouldn't. Like, that's my fucking property. Like, and at the end of the day, if I'm telling you you're not in the fucking frame, you're not in it.
There's a lot of people who lie.
I would have looked at him and been like, I don't even know who the fuck you are.
A lot of people lie. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're not even the footage. I'm not even videotaping you as a picture. I'm just looking at my Instagram." You know, at the same time, they're taking pictures. So he's from Brooklyn. He probably don't trust a lot of people. You're going like, "Yo, you doing?" And then
I don't think it still doesn't give him the right to beat her up. He could have just like called the waitress and been like, "Yo, excuse me, she took a video of me. Can you please like talk to your manager and get her kicked out or
punch
something?"
you in the face, motherfucker. I knock your teeth out.
Yeah, he obviously lives by his words, which is really fucked up.
Yo,
So,
you seen the video of Killy pulling up on Lil Xan?
yeah, I did see that, and it was so cringe.
Yo, I don't think Killy wanted to smoke like that. I was breaking this down on my Twitter. Well, I wasn't really breaking it down, but I just said like my little 2 piece on it. I don't think Killy wanted to smoke with Lil Xan. I think he was just wanting to check the temperature. I think he wanted to check the.
Lil Xan looked scared to me.
Yeah, but I don't think Killy was really down to fight because Xan had a whole bunch of security around him. I think Killy was just there to check the temperature because he pulled up to him and was like, "Do you know who I am, bro?" Like any person that wants to fight, you're not pulling up like, "You know who I am? You recognize me, bro? You recognize?" No one's doing that shit. If Killy really had an issue, he would have came through, bomb on some like, "Yo, you talking shit?" Like you hit first, ask questions later. He was really trying to check the temperature to see where was Xan at. If Xan was really talking that ish, he was like, "Yo, if Killy went up to him and was like, you remember who I am?" And Xan was like, "Yeah, I do, you bitch ass. Fuck you." And then Killy was probably going like, "All right, bet. I see you when I see you."
Yeah.
I don't think Killy really wanted to smoke because he was with like another person. He wasn't even rolling deep, and he was in Montreal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think Killy was just trying to check the temperature.
I think the whole thing was extra cringy, and
It was funny.
I also think that it, like, even afterwards, like in the video, Lil Xan goes inside of the building and the security guard left the door open. Like, it was almost like he was inviting Killy to go inside and beat him up, but like he didn't go in.
Lil Xan was saying the N-word too.
That's another thing I was trying to figure out. I swear Killy says it in one of his songs too, does he not?
I haven't heard Killy say it.
I heard N-word. A preview in one of his songs. I might be wrong. It could have been a Lil Xan song. I might have confused the two. I don't listen to either of them.
Lil Xan Mexican, so he has a case.
I heard a clip of, I swear it was one of Killy's songs recently where he dropped it and I was like, whoa, that's not
Are you serious?
Appropriate. Yeah.
Hey man, I don't think Killy really wants smoke like that. And I'm not calling Killy a punk or anything. I'm just saying a lot of times when people run up on you, they're really trying to check the temperature. They're really not trying to go there going like, you know what, let's beef, let's give me the fair one. They're just really trying to check the temperature, like what type of level headed are you? Are you really about what you gotta say?
Yeah.
And sometimes a lot of people, when you confront them, they're not really about that action.
Yeah.
And so you're just trying to check the temperature. It's like, all right, that's what it is. This is what it is. Whatever it is. I can't. What the fuck I say that twice for? That sounds bad. But yeah, they're just trying. He was trying to check the temperature a lot. See, a lot of times, sometimes checking someone is never really beating them up. It's going like, all right, so what do you want? And if some person's saying like, I'm not really on that, I don't really want that type of confrontation, a lot of times you go like, all right, cool, then we get to move on, and then the issue is basically resolved after that. And that's what I feel about this, because They're also saying that Lil Xan was hit in the back after he turned around.
Yeah, I didn't
even
catch
see
that.
I didn't see that. But sometimes I feel like this is one of those situations that I don't feel like Killy and Xan are really going to have some type of confrontation, because Killy already stepped to Lil Xan. He saw that Lil Xan wasn't really about that action. He checked the temperature. The temperature is not hot.
Yeah.
Lil Xan hasn't went on Instagram and say, yo, fuck Killy, you a bitch. He didn't say that.
Yeah.
So I feel like moving forward, like, there's nothing else to do, because Killy already proved himself. Lil Xan really proved himself as well. It's like, I really don't want that type of confrontation.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. Moving forward, they should be able to work at least civilly without having any type of confrontation. Because he was supposed to come to Toronto and perform at Veldfest.
And he said that he
was sick or due to stress.
Depression, anxiety, and
Killy was still on the same docket or whatever booking
Set.
for that same
agenda.
For that same festival. And so he probably didn't want to get caught lacking at Veldfest in front of, like, Toronto, his hometown.
Yeah.
But Killy still didn't stop him from coming to Toronto.
Yeah.
Because Killy checked him up in Montreal.
Yeah, exactly.
And you see the other one? You see this other story about Tory Lanez and this New Orleans rapper Glock Savvy accusing of Tory Lanez of stealing some shit? Yo, man, that shit weird as fuck, because this is the second time in the same year that Tory Lanez...
Who was the first... There was... I remember the first one, but who was it? And, like, what...
I forget.
What song was it?
It was off the album. I think it was...
Because I remember hearing something about it before too, and I was like, no, like I didn't want to accept it.
No, I forget what song it was. It happened so long ago.
Yeah,
I forget what song.
It's okay. Anyways, just continue with this one.
Yeah, so a guy from New Orleans named Glock Savvy.
Yeah,
it was more so I think his friend was hyping him up. I think it was more so his friend rather than Glock Savvy himself.
Yeah,
but he checked Glock, but he DM'd Glock Savvy. Like his friend was like.
So first, so the song is called Baby, Baby, with the dots and shit.
I still haven't listened to that song. Is it good?
It's actually okay. It's he's back with his Fargo Fridays, and they're around like 2 minutes, 2 minutes 30 seconds. The last two songs he put out.
Mm-hmm.
But this one he put out, and it's with Moneybagg Yo. It was produced by VC.
That's his DJ, you know.
Yes. And he put out the song whatever, and so this New Orleans rapper Glock Savvy is claiming that Tory took his whole flow on the course of the song.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, his friend is like, when has Tory ever rapped like that before? First of all, Tory has been singing. Okay, let's just say that, because in the song he's kind of singing the chorus a little bit. Tory's been singing, so whatever. But he does play his song compared to the song Baby, and I can kind of see where he's coming from.
The original sound kind of sad though.
Yeah.
You sound kind of sad.
I can kind of see where it's coming from in terms of like saying that he stole his flow or whatever. But so then later on, Glock Savvy DMs Tory and like calling him a bitch and this and that. You stole my flow. I'm not going to stop tagging you till you reply. And then Tory replied, and he was like,
oh, what he said? That shit was funny.
He said, you NBA young boy looking ass.
You a whole ass bitch.
Something like that.
Fuck
you. Like,
fuck you. You a whole ass bitch. you NBA young boy. Fake NBA young boy. Yeah, that shit hurt.
Yeah.
And NBA YoungBoy not even from New Orleans, he's from Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
That shit hurt.
Basically, after that, somehow
FaceTime each other.
Tory and them FaceTime.
That's where I see the admission of guilt. I was like, how you gonna FaceTime him?
Okay, so Tory FaceTimed him, and he was just like, telling him like, I didn't steal your flow. Where'd the melody come from? Blah blah blah, like all this stuff. And then he's telling him. Then the guy's like, Glock Savvy was like, I'm gonna pull up on your little show that's coming up, whatever. Tory's like, go ahead, like fuck your hood, fuck your whole block, this and that. Okay, I get that it makes him look guilty, but at the same time, like, Tory, like, has been trying to get to this point in his career for so fucking long. He's still not even where he should be at, in my opinion. In terms of how long he's been like trying to get there. Like, it's like every time he's about to get there, somebody comes and like slaps him back down. And so like obviously this is a nobody rapper, and this probably isn't gonna break like news anywhere else. But
this is the second time in the same year that someone's claiming that you stole music from them.
I don't know.
First time he went on Instagram Live was like, yo, I don't steal music. I do this for real. I love everything I do, and the fuck I look like stealing music. So
Yeah.
this is the second time someone else saying that, yo, you stole something. He's apparently they said that they met at a studio. They passed him his CD, and right after they passed him a CD, apparently he drops this song called "Baby" and the music coming out.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, that part. It did that part. So
I don't know. I think that, well, then shit, if you say that, I don't know. It could be possible. Like, even listening to the comparison of the two tracks, it could be very possible. I don't want to believe it. Yeah, I'm a really big Tory fan.
I don't know if Tory Lanez really want that about that action. He's talking about how he said, fuck your hood, fuck you, fuck your hood, fuck your neighborhood, fuck your whole block and shit. I'm like, damn. He's like, yo, we from New Orleans. I don't know how the accent goes. We from New Orleans. We from New Orleans. We really do that, bitch. Niggas dropping like flies. Yeah. I was like, yo, you can't. There's no way.
I don't think he's gonna kill Tory Lanez.
Nah, but he said like you're pulling up to your show. Da 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 da. I'm like, damn. We coming with guns and shit like that. You a rapper. You
no,
know.
I swear he said we're not coming with no hammers. We're just gonna battle this out.
What word you think?
He said that in the video. I listened and I heard that.
You talking about? Oh yeah, you know what? You're right.
He did say that.
But he also was talking about how people really do. They really do this. They really do this. We really like get it popping.
Man, I don't know. I think like it's like him FaceTiming does make it seem guilty, and the fact that now you say he passed him his CD at the studio that day, that's kind of like sketch. But it's just the chorus.
All right, so Nina, we got two things we wanna talk about.
How much time we got left?
We really over at 5 minutes over.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, so.
What's the other two then?
You want to talk about this little discussion thing about one day the TL will discuss how straight men sabotage their closest friends' relationship and love.
Okay, read it again properly.
Or you want to talk about the ski mask?
No, ski mask. There's nothing to talk about there.
All right, so let's discuss this. This is a tweet I got from Twitter, and it's from someone I don't know.
At Blackword, BLAQUE word.
The Blackword. All right, so one day, the TL will discuss how straight men sabotage their closest friends' relationships and love lives by encouraging cheating and toxicity as a territorial bid to maintain themselves as the only object of true affection in their friends' lives or life.
Yes. Platonic relationships, it goes on to say in the thread, platonic relationships are just as territorial and selfish as romantic, but the only problem is most men lack the ability to vocalize or actualize this without gay panic. This is a truth dating back to the chivalrous, you know what I'm trying to say, code.
Chivalrous?
You guys know what I'm trying to say. Code, okay? That code.
Okay. So what? Since your girls go through the same thing that this is not a relationship type. This is a friendship thing.
Yeah.
So I know girls go through this a lot. I know girls when they get a man or something like that, their friends start to
dip.
Yeah, not even dip, but like their friends start to sabotage you in a way, going like, "Bitch, you always with your man, and you need to do this and that," or leave you alone and go like, you know what, this is not, feel some type of way.
Yeah. I didn't know guys do that.
I didn't see. The thing is, I'm not around no whole ass guys. I don't see. This is new to me. Because I've never been around no guy who's like, yo, you gotta start cheating on your girlfriend. Man, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, see, that's wild. Like, cause I didn't, when I first read this tweet, I didn't really understand it, but like now I get it. So like they're saying that the guy is encouraging, like, let's say you're friends with someone named Bob. Bob's encouraging you to cheat on your girlfriend, if the chance comes around. Because at the end of the day, they want you to know, like, if when it all falls down, like, you're gonna go right back to Bob. So they want to feel like they're still loved.
That's weird. I've never been in a friendship like that. But I think I've witnessed girls speak on how their guys are always different when they're around their friends.
Yeah.
And I have I think a friend or two who always seem to be different when their girls are around in front of me rather than when them and them girls by themselves. And I could understand that there's a little of identity, because the identity you base with me is a lot different than what you base with your girl.
Yeah.
But there should never be like an overlap where you're to the point where you're kind of belittling your girl in front of me as some type of sense of male masculinity. You don't want to seem weak in front of me, type of thing. And then when I'm gone, you all here simping like a motherfucker. Like, baby, I love you. I don't mean to do nothing like that. You seem like a hoe.
Yeah.
Like, that's some type of hoe tendency. You can't do that. You can't belittle your girl because you want to seem powerful in front of me. I look at it like this. If you have friends, if you're a male and you have friends who encourage you to do some bullshit, to sabotage you, to do some shit because they feel like, oh, fam, you gotta be like that type of thing, then you seem like someone who can't stand on their own 10 toes. You know what I mean? That's kind of weird. And this might be actually really true because I've never experienced anything like that. I've never had a man tell me, yo, cheat on some like real sabotage relationship type shit, because I've never been the type of person to really listen to someone like that, or because I already have my own type of thing. Yeah. But if that is true, then
but even for me as a girl, I've never had friends. Well, I've never been the friend to tell my friends like, oh yeah, cheat on your boyfriend.
We're some strong people. That's what.
But like, that's wild to me. Like, it's like, what? Like, I've never seen this though. Like, I've never, even as a girl, I've never seen this with my guy friends. I've never seen it.
I mean, there is a the social media type of talks of like, you know, you gotta cheat on your girl type thing.
Yeah, but like, why? Yo, if you like, why do people think like that? Like, what's the point?
You know, there's the thing is, there's men who are emotional about their other friends. Yeah. Being around them all the time, that they, like they said, it's a platonic relationship.
Platonic.
What'd I say?
Plutonic.
Fuck out of here. Same shit. It's a platonic relationship, and you're able to build affection for the other person. Yes. And so, yes, it's just like you, as a friend of a platonic friend, you do. What'd I say? I did it again. As a friend, you do get jealous. It's a relationship, and because you built up some type of relationship with that person, just like in a romantic relationship.
But you don't sabotage them to be like.
The same way girls go like, yo, stop being around your friends because they're this and that. I don't like them. Those girls that you're in a relationship with, a romantic relationship with, are sabotaging your relationship with your actual platonic friends. I said it right this time?
Yeah, you did say it right.
Platonic friends. So vice versa. I'm saying the common denominator here is insecurity.
Yeah, 100%.
It's insecurity. A lot of your friends are insecure, and a lot of people you have romantic relationships are insecure. And the fact that you are in a toxic relationship with someone who's insecure and they can't see themselves without you, that's a problem that you need to talk to yourself about and talk to your friend about and address it and go like, yo, you seem to be clingy, my guy, or you seem to be clingy, bitch, and you need to stop with all this bullshit because I have something over here and it's going well for me. Because like when a guy's with a girl, like you could just chill out and you guys be hanging out watching Netflix, she be rubbing your back, she be cooking you, and somehow your dick get in your mouth, and it's like, whoa. and with a guy friend, you probably at his crib for 6 hours, 12 hours, you guys are just doing nothing really, playing 2K, chilling on both your phones, but you're just in the room together. And he's not sucking your dick, he's not rubbing your back, and he's not asking you how you feeling, how's your mental well-being, or how was your day, and let me try to cheer you up. Nah, a guy's not doing that. A girl will ask you all of that shit, and your dick will end up in her mouth. Just by accident. Yeah, like you might be just chilling and she looks to you and she starts pulling down your pants, her dick's in the mouth, like whoa. Or you could have sex with your girl while you're watching Netflix and chilling and shit like that.
We get it.
You know what I mean? Like you might not really watch Netflix what you do unless it's like some real masculine type movie. Yeah. Like a fighting movie or like an action movie. And your dick's not gonna end up in his mouth. And you pause. I know I said a lot of cringy stuff, but that's what I gotta say about the topic. I don't think I have any insecure friends, or I don't think friends.
Or that you are the insecure friend. You're not.
I'm not the insecure friend. No. I'm more of so like the.
Yeah, I've never actually ever had this situation happen in real life ever, so I like it. This is a shock to me that this actually happens, and. If you have grimy friends as a dude, like if I'm dating you,
it's insecure.
Yeah, friends. But that's still grimy as fuck. Like if you have grimy friends as a dude, like I'm really good at catching people's like energy and like if something's off, I'll know.
Oh, you know what? I have a friend who
and also, sorry, just quickly, if all of your friends, this is another rule to live by. If all of your friends don't like the person you're in a relationship with, that's not a good sign.
But is it a this is
a fact.
Is that classification to let you know that you're with a bad person, or they're just jealous because
no, that you're with a bad person.
But how do they know?
Trust me, I've seen this play out in real life. Not with me, but with somebody else. And oh boy, were we right.
Oh, just because off of like the way he moves and shit like that?
No,
like,
and it's not even. It wasn't even just all girlfriends. It was guy friends too who said the same shit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So when you're getting it from both sides, because I have a lot of friends from both genders. If I'm getting that from both sides and they don't like you, then it's.
Yeah, I mean, I even have a friend who I speak to. I haven't spoken to him in a while, and he looks at me as a friend that he can't be open with.
Why?
If you get that, like, be open with and show emotion type of thing.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want you calling my phone crying, but if you can't talk to me about some shit because you feel like I'm way too masculine,
yeah,
and things like that, or I don't show emotion enough to where you feel like you could open up, I don't know if we should really be friends, man.
It's kind of weird. Like I don't know.
I'm here for uplifting men, man. I'm not talking about crying and shit like that, but like at least be open. Like at least be open. Go there, talk to your homie, and go like, you know what, man, I'm going through some shit, and it really got me fucked up. And you just break it down like that. You don't have to be on, man, I'm going through some shit, but I gotta be tough in front of my friends. You gotta stop being that fake tough.
Yeah, you actually do, because then that's not healthy.
Stop being fake tough.
A lot of guys are very like pause this and pause that, like no homo, blah, like yo, just fucking let it out. It's not that deep.
Your word.
It's really not that deep.
Sausage in your mouth by accident.
Express your feelings to your friends, okay?
A lot of guys don't like to do that shit.
I know they don't.
That'd be so weird.
And they rely on girls for that. And then it's like, yo, tell your boy you're mad.
And then,
no, it doesn't matter. That's such a bitch move.
And then you're with your girl. You're talking all this emotional shit. You're in front of me with your girl. And then you try to act like you extra macho. And I know the thing is, I realize that a lot of guys lie. And I realized that at a young age. I'm still pretty young, but I realized at a young age that, yo, all you guys be lying and shit. You be with your girls simping the fuck out, and then your girls be. I know I have some girlfriends, and they talk about how these guys be doing the simplest shit in the DMs and talking to them.
And then it's like when they.
The fuck? I'm like, I thought you.
I've had that. There was this one guy.
I thought you let your balls hang, my guy. What the fuck? You're not supposed to let your nuts hang, and then you out here with your girl talking.
Actually, no, because you can even see it. You don't even have to be hanging out with them. Like you can see it. Like it's like. I'll call this guy, whatever, and like we'll talk, and everything is like, it's like everything this was a while ago, everything used to be like super simp, like all lovey-dovey and shit, and then it was like he calls me or he's out with his boys, or I call him and he's out with his boys, and it's like, it's just like straight to the point.
Yeah.
You can tell the difference. Like I immediately know as soon as he picks up the phone, he's with his boys.
Yeah, and that's some whole ass shit. If I'm with my girl, if I'm with my boys, and my girl call me, I'm going like, yo, I'm with my boys right now. I love you. Or if I actually
you throw it in there quietly.
No. I don't even. The thing is, I don't really use that word, but I'll be like, I'm not gonna switch, because how I am in front of you by myself is how I am with my friends for the most part.
Yeah.
And there's no really separation.
That's something I feel like as a girl, like. Whenever I get in a relationship, that's something that would really bother me. Like if you act different in front of your friends and around, like if you're belittling me in front of your friends, I'm gonna snap at you.
Yeah, you hoe ass.
Like I will actually cuss you out.
Yeah, you talking about you gonna eat my pussy because you sad and shit. And you talking about like you don't eat pussy over here? Come here, fuck out of here, man. Stop being that weirdo guy.
Like just be the same around both of us.
Yeah.
Cool. And I think another part that plays a factor
or get
in
better
that
friends.
is you need to, like, the significant other needs to get along with the other person's friends in order for that to happen as well. Like there's a lot of girls I know who are very like airheads when they're around their boyfriend's friends, like as if they want to like play it. For some reason girls think that's hot. I don't know why, but like they'll be like that, but then it's like around like the guy, it's different. Like if you don't vibe with the person's friends, then like it's just not like, then you're gonna be treated differently in a space with them versus alone. That's how I see it.
Hey, if you guys got to do all of that extra stuff to be accepted, maybe you just need better people.
Yeah.
You're too.
Yeah.
Yo, if I gotta act like a dumbass around you to be accepted, man, fuck that. Yeah. I'd rather be alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All you girls talking about that being that dumb shit on that dumb shit. It's not cute. Yeah, man. I see. The thing is, that's why I like talking to people on their ones. Like that's because I'm on the ones type of person.
Okay.
If I talk to you on your ones. Like, especially if I'm not even trying to deal with you or anything like that, I just want to see where your mind's at.
Yeah. Because
if I'm able to see where your mind's at, then I'm able to see what type of person you are.
Exactly.
And a lot of people are lost, to be honest with you. Yeah. A lot of people are lost in this world. And I think that's where we want to end it off. Mm-hmm. We're going to end it off right there.
Have a safe trip to Jamaica.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Jamaica. So you guys will be hearing this on Wednesday, and I'll already be in the sandy beaches of Jamaica. I don't know. I'll probably still be on the resort, or I could be at the wedding ceremony watching these two people go down the aisle and get married and recite their vows.
You make that sound so awkward.
I don't know. You know, I was listening to Jagged Edge.
Yeah.
Let's Get Married.
Yeah.
You know, meet me at the altar when you're a white dress.
That's what you're listening to.
We ain't getting young, girl. Might as well do it.
Okay, so that's
I've
the end
been
of the
feeling
podcast.
for a while, girl.
Apollo's gonna sing the outro, and
let's get married.
This is episode 4.
Stop it! Hey, stop it! Stop it! Oh, well, I just want to say that you motherfuckers out here working, talking about you getting busy. We ain't missing no motherfucking beat. We still dropping on Wednesday, even though I'm on vacation.
Yeah, you heard it.
Yeah. Fuck out of here, you mad lazy
We're
ass.
working.
Yeah, mad lazy ass people talking about I'm busy, I got this going on. Now we still make time to drop these motherfucking episodes because we dedicated to this shit. We ain't new to this. We true to this. All right. So this is how we ended off the episode. We ended off like this type of energy. This has been another episode of the Educated and the Reckless podcast with your host Apollo P.
And No Better Nina.
There we go.